Scott Morrison announced today that he is quitting Parliament. Now, he was the COVID Prime Minister, as well as 5 other portfolios, in secret, of course.
As revelations about his secret appointments deepen, he has apologised but shifted blame to the pandemic, saying it forced him to take extraordinary measures.
Beyond his office of Prime Minister, Scott Morrison was also secretly sworn in as Minister for Health, Finance, Industry, Science, Energy and Resources, Home Affairs and Treasury.
So if this actually happened and he was secretly sworn in, well, that would be the Governor-General. Has anyone got any questions for him? What's he doing? Secretly swearing in the Prime Minister to all these other portfolios as signatory under those portfolios? Those portfolios were all critical to COVID, particularly health and the Treasury. So just look at Treasury. The Inscribed Stock Act allows the Treasurer to raise the debt ceiling. Well, if he signed in as being the Treasurer, sworn in, then he could have raised the debt ceiling. And as far as the health advice given to the Governor-General from the Health Minister, well, in effect, he's the Health Minister. So the strategy appears to be from this to just let everyone else off the hook, or one guy to protect instead of multiple people. They're all just going to go, hey, I didn't know. What was going on?
In the shadow of the pandemic, Scott Morrison silently built a one-man cabinet.
They want you to believe that no one else knew what was going on except him and the Governor-General. He's got to him and gone, hey, shh, keep it quiet, right? But can you just swear me into all of these portfolios? Well, what do you want that for? Don't ask me any questions. Can you just do it? Oh, yeah, righto then.
This has been government by deception. Government in secret.
Albo, it was in secret. He didn't know what was going on. He was going to the National Cabinet, but they're saying, no, it was a one-man cabinet running the show, Scott Morrison. So he's doing the right thing, going to National Cabinet, not realising that it means nothing. It was all Scott Morrison. This one-man cabinet, well, he's retiring from politics when Parliament returns in February. Oh, no, you know what that means? That's when the COVID inquiry is going to kick off and all the parliamentarians are there and they'll be, calling for people to come forward and give a bit of information about their role during COVID. Now, if he was still in the Parliament, and that's parliamentary business, well, there's no reason why he couldn't go along. You're right there, you're being paid, away you go. But if you read the bottom, he's going to take on new challenges in the global corporate sector. He's going to be too busy, so he's not going to be there.
It's just one more example of why we must have a Royal Commission into the pandemic response that shines a bright light on every level of government.
Yes, if it was a Royal Commission, they could have subpoenaed him to come back and give testimony under oath, but it's not a Royal Commission. It's just an inquiry. And Bill Shorten and all those people there, they will, National Cabinet explains why there's no National Cabinet minutes, or they're not going to disclose it. Well, they mean nothing. It was all the one-man cabinet, Scott Morrison. Gee, that ties it up really neatly, doesn't it? And he's just not going to be there.
I mean, I was speaking to a friend of mine who's a senior surgeon who's dealt with intensive care matters with people who have coronavirus.
I mean, Bill can still give testimony. This was him in mid-2020 when the second surge was occurring.
A friend, the surgeon, what happens when you've got a serious case of coronavirus? And I want to make clear, it's not another case of the flu.
Well, government data and information says it was the flu, but his friend, he's got a surgeon friend, was letting him know, no, it wasn't.
What happens is you get short of breath. You get so short of breath that you need the help of a ventilator machine to artificially keep you breathing. And then what happens is if that's not doing the job, your organs start to fail and then you die.
So Phil could go to the inquiry, get his surgeon friend, actually identify the guy, because he didn't say who he was way back then. It's just passing on some information. But, his surgeon friend is his friend, his mate. He wouldn't lie to him. He says, this is what happens. But he never actually says, that's what happened. because it didn't. Oh, this was during the fun part of the pandemic, before the jabs and everything. Geez, it was funny. Now we know who won't be headlining any COVID inquiry discussions is this guy. He's going to be busy doing global. He doesn't say corporate, he says global corporate. Yeah, I probably might not even be in the country. I mean, I'll be overseas most likely. Look, I'm sort of laughing a bit, mainly at Bill Shorten. That was a bit of clown show stuff there. But seriously though, if you can't see now that from go to woe, this thing was planned, and
I'm working on my COVID inquiry submission videos, and I'm evaluating what I put in as well with some extra information. This, as we know, but the evidence shows anyone that is doubtful that it was just 100% planned right up until this resignation. I don't know why he hung around. He's the last one to leave. Sort of, they got rid of all the state premiers, and Dad Andrews, midterm, just disappears. Palaszczuk just disappears. Now this guy, Parliament's got another year or two to run. Why doesn't he hang around? Well, of course he can't, and he was never ever meant to. All right, that's it for this one.